I'm dreaming of a summer day with palm trees and sunny rays and sunflower fields. We run away.
Hi guys, it's Mel. I have an amazing restorative, calming yoga flow for you today. It's going to be very simple, and I'm actually going to be using some props. So I'll just talk about them now. And you don't need to have these to do this flow. You can substitute them for a block or a pillow or anything like that. This is what they look like. Come a little bit closer. So you're going to see letters on here. So you'll see the L. So that means that this side is for your lumbar, which is the lower spine right above your butt. This is your lumbar spine. Or the lumbar vertebrae. So you want to use this along that part, the lower part of your back. So I'm going to be going through the flow with you, and I'll just kind of be moving around this, like up and down the spine, just to kind of let my body weight push into it. So it's like massaging into the spine with gravity. On the part where you see the D, this is for the part of the spine that's mid to upper back, the thoracic vertebrae. So this is like pretty much in between the shoulder blades. So it's a little bit closer, because up here you want it to be a little bit closer. And yes, you want to make sure to turn it around and make sure it's touching the right part of the back for like the right length. And then the last one is the C, this close one. This one's for the top of your spine. This is the cervical vertebrae, like right here. So the spine goes up into your scalp right here. So you want to put this part, the very close part, pretty much all along right here, top of the spine, going down the neck as far as it can go, like right here. So those are the three parts of the spine that it targets. Works very well to really elongate and make your spine better and get rid of that pain along your entire spine. Whether you have these or not, don't worry. You can use blocks or just watch me demonstrate using the Cordus props. So I'm going to have you guys start by having these aside, starting on your knees, palms are on your thighs, closing your eyes, coming into a safe space on your mat, getting comfortable. Allowing your breath to slow down and deepen. Allowing your shoulders to relax, not being like up and tense. Allow them to push down away from your neck. Your spine is super tall. Your chin is slightly tucked. And just breathe. Right, opening up your eyes. I'm going to have you take a vine with your hands, bringing it behind your neck. And then I want you to just pull your neck forward so your chin is going into your chest. You're not rounding, you're keeping nice and tall with the spine. You're just stretching the back of your neck. Alright, release. I want you to bring your thumbs and push your chin up, back bending slightly. Releasing your hands, inhaling your right arm up, taking it outside of your left ear and stretching the left side of your neck. Amazing. Big inhale. Big exhale. Switching sides. So left arm up, outside of the right ear, right fingertips are down, and stretch the right side of your neck. Big inhale, big exhale, release. Perfect. Shake that out. Just kind of loosening up the spine and the neck before we use our props. So let's come to hands and knees. Moving through some spinal warm-ups with some cat and cow. So dropping the belly, arching your back. Inhale. And round the spine down. Exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. Making circles if that's what your body is craving right now. We're just moving the spine, preparing for some yin, long holding postures. To move on to our back. So we're bringing the knees together here, rolling onto your back, bringing your knees in, making a few circles. All right, we're going to use the props to begin as we settle into our hip opener. So again, we're going to go to the part where it says C. We're going to put this part underneath our neck. So I'm going to have it in a nice spot. You can kind of play around with it and kind of feel out what feels best. Like a nice tender spot. It's good because we want to breathe into it to release that tension. And then I'm going to just open up the knees into Supta Baddha Konasana, holding here. So our chin is slightly tucked, bringing your hands to the side of your body, palms facing upwards, and we're breathing. So if you're using this or if you're using blocks, I just want you to adjust them throughout this class, making sure you're kind of hitting every part of your spine. Alright, keeping this where it's at, we're going to add in a prop. We're bringing this one. I didn't really explain this one, but this one can either go this way or down, depending on what feels the best. But I'm going to lift my hips, placing the one that's higher up higher on the spine, and then have it go down to where the skinny part is right on the low spine. Alright, so we're going to open up the knees again, soles of the feet together, and instead of just like being arched, I want you to squeeze the core and the booty under, so we're actively pushing the hips up, forcing the hips to open more. We're going to move the neckline to a different spot, just to kind of get that different feeling. And we're going to hold here again for a few breaths. that, bringing your knees together, lifting your hips up just to move the prop away. We're going to move this one, doing one more restorative pose here before we begin to go into the flow. Let's do the lumbar. So we're going to get the widest part, the side this is L, and we're going to place it anywhere in between like the mid-back to like your sacrum. So I'm going to start, ooh, it feels good everywhere. So I want you to just play around with this, and if you're using a block, you can do the same thing. I want you to move the prop up and down the lumbar, and just kind of find, like kind of massaging yourself into it. And then after you've went up and down the lumbar a couple times, I want you to find like the most tender spot, pretty much the sorest spot, and I want you to hold there. We're trying to release that tension, take away any pain. There we go. This is a nice spot. And I want you to just extend your legs straight. So we're kind of like in Shamasana. Palms up. Again, we're not arching. We're really like squeezing the core to make sure that our body weight is really pushing into the prop. So it feels really good for me right now. It is a little painful and a little tender, but I know it's going to be worth it. So taking 5 more breaths here. Right, wherever you are, I just want you to adjust it. Again, so we're gonna work into like every place here. So I'm gonna move mine down. So we're at my low back now. And it's nice and even, so both pointy parts are exactly on the same side along the spine. Hands, again, holding. This time I just want you to bring your hands to your belly, honoring your body. These props do help with sexual health, so I want you to really breathe into your sacral chakra here, especially if the prop is right here on the low back. So we're breathing into our belly. You can even massage yourself here, focusing in on that sacral chakra, releasing any sciatic pain, if you have a sciatic nerve issue. And we're breathing, sending that sexual energy, some metta, some healing energy. Starting to feel a lot of warmth in my low back. I forgot to mention that there are magnets in these Cordus tools. So there's a lot of studies done recently that say that magnets are actually very helpful for the body for realignment and just having proper alignment. So let's go ahead and release this, planting your feet to the mat. Let's just go ahead and lift our hips, moving the prop to the side. Keeping our hips lifted, kind of getting your shoulder blades underneath. And you can go ahead and try to clasp the hands behind your back. Squeezing your hips up. We're not super arched here, we're squeezing our core and we're squeezing our glutes to keep our low back safe. Taking 3 more breaths. Releasing that, pulling the knees in, rocking into a shoulder stand. So we're doing a counterbalance here after doing that back bend. Your hands can be to your low back. We're just going to extend our legs up to the sky. Shoulder stands. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up my legs back behind me. This is a super big forward fold, so just breathe into the spine. Going in opposite directions. This keeps us very healthy and strong, having a very fluid spine. Right, slowly release, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Lifting out to the forearms, dropping the head back to a gentle reverse pose. Alright, coming all the way up to seating, we're just going to roll over, coming into child's pose. Knees out wide, toes together. Coming into a neutral spine here. We're just going to reach the arms out, keeping the knees and the hips where they are, into puppy pose. So stretching out the shoulders here. Your chin is on the mat, you're looking up. This is a nice neck stretch, like opposite way. We're constantly looking down at our phones, so this helps a lot with counterbalancing. And really just like stretching like the front of the neck. If you want to go ahead and make it a little harder, you can use some blocks. I just have one right here, so I'm just going to demonstrate the horizontally way, medium height. I'm going to put my elbows on here. It's way better with 2 blocks, but I'm just showing you with the one I have. And I want you to bring your hands to prayer, bending your elbows, and then drop your heart down. So this might be really hard if you're on one block like me, but you're gonna work with it. Holding wherever you are, breathing into the backs of your arms, your shoulders, and your back. All right, releasing that, moving the block to the side. And then you're just going to come forward onto your belly, clasping your hands together, putting it on the mat in front of you. And I just want you to drop onto your left ear, just take a breath. Go ahead and switch sides, dropping your right ear. Okay, we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So our forearms are down, your palms are nice and planted. I want you to keep pressing the tops of your feet to the ground, and then I want you to really lift your heart, getting into the back. A very gentle back bend here, but I want it to be active. I don't want you to just be like sinking into your shoulders. I want you to separate the shoulders from the neck. So you're really lengthening your neck, and we're pulling up, our chin is slightly up. We're not dropping down like this. We're kind of keeping the spine and the neck long. And we're breathing. Good, perfect. I want you to grab the block again, and I want you to place it on the mat again horizontally. So I want you to slide the block over to the left slightly, and then we're going to just be using it as like a pillow since this is a restorative class. So I want you to drop onto your left cheek on the mat, and then you're going to extend the left arm out by your side. I'm a little close to this. So as we do this, you're going to bend your right knee, and then you're going to twist open to the right. So this block is a nice little place for us to rest. You keep your right arm on the ground, and you're breathing. So we're getting into the front of our right shoulder, and a big twist. Alright, dropping back onto your belly, switching sides, so we're just pushing the block over to the right, extending the right arm out, dropping the right ear down, bending the left foot, and twist open. Coming back to center, moving the block to the side, coming back into Sphinx. Again, lengthening up, getting into the low back, the upper back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then lifting. So we're not sinking, we're really pushed up. And for those of you who want a little bit harder, I want you to try to straighten the elbows a little bit, but we're not straightening them all the way. I want this to be an active pose. So I want you to bend the elbows slightly and still pull yourself forward. You're pulling yourself forward actively. This is getting deep into your back bend. So make sure the elbows are in, lifting up, and breathe. Three more breaths. And release. Coming down, clasping the hands together, making a little pillow, dropping the left ear down, taking a breath. Go ahead and look the opposite way, so drop your right ear down. Alright, lifting up, and however you want to get there, pushing your hips back, knees out wide, dropping into child's pose. Right, roll yourself forward again onto your belly. Bring your hands together. And I want you to bring your right knee up towards your armpit. So this is releasing some low back pain. Letting it feel good. We're in kind of like a half frog pose. And then I'm going to have you swing your left arm over to the right, and we're going to do this funky little transition into a twist. So you're lengthening out your right arm. Your hand can be on your right knee here, or you can open it up to its seat. And we're holding and feeling into this twist. Amazing. Coming back to your belly, exactly how you came into it. And we're just going to straighten out the right leg. Switching directions now. So left knee is up towards your armpit. You're just breathing here. Okay, lifting your heart, swimming your right arm this time, open, and opening up your left arm, taking the right palm to a T or on top of your knee, and breathing into this beautiful spinal twist. Feels so good. Alright, slowly come back where you came from. So you're rolling back onto your belly, your left knee is out. We're just gonna straighten the left leg. Inhale, we'll do a full upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So this is our one and only down dog. Make it count, pedal your heels. Tippy toe, push the heels down. You can sway left and right. And tippy toes, look forward, bend your knees. And you're going to step or hop through to sitting. Right, pull your knees into your heart, squeezing your forehead to your knees. Holding into the tightest ball that you can get. Take one big inhale, big exhale, and release down. Coming into the last posture, which is Shamasana. You can either do Shavasana with no props, or you can grab a block or your Cordus tool. I'm going to grab this tool as I lay into Shavasana, just because it's a little bit more gentle than this one. And I'm going to go to the mid back here. So it's going to be pushing into, like in between my shoulder blades as I release into Shavasana. Bringing your body back to awareness, wiggling your fingers and your toes, extending your arms over your ears, straightening your legs, pointing your toes, big stretch like you're waking up in the morning. I want you to pull your knees in, keeping the prop underneath you. You're just going to roll off of it to either side. meditation, just like how we started, bringing your hands to your lap, closing your eyes. Inhaling your arms over your ears, palms touch, and exhaling, bringing hands to heart center, bowing your chin in gratitude for this practice, this beautiful body of yours, feeling nice and fluid after all of those long holding postures. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. Make sure if you guys do want to try out these products, they are absolutely amazing. I feel awesome. My spine feels super aligned. I feel like I just got a deep massage, but without the massage. Even getting massages, I feel like they can't get as deep as these products do. They're specifically designed for your spine. They're very unique and they work very well. So make sure to cop yourself one or give your friend or a family member as a gift.
Gently inhale and exhale.